Local sports show that covers all the local sports and a little bit more with your hosts Russ Oker and Chad Lee Kessner. And now here's the pitch.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pitch Sports Show on KCOG Centerville, where we talk local sports and a little bit more. I'm Russ W. Oker, along with me, the Hall of Famer Chad Lee Kessner, and that guy named Josh from your local Hy-Vee store with lots of great deals and news from Hy-Vee. We've got a big show for you tonight. We'll talk wrestling and basketball, and of course, we'll have our student guest, Briar Callen, our In the Box segment tonight. We'll get to know everything about that. The Centerville High School Junior coming up in just a little bit, and we do have our Power Insurance Hall of Fame Challenge. Now, some of our coaches were tied up tonight with other obligations, and so we have a couple of taped interviews later, and so it'll be Chad and Josh going head-to-head in the Power Insurance Hall of Fame Challenge. This doesn't happen often, but sometimes. I don't think this is the first time that it's been just a head-to-head battle, but Josh is coming off a very difficult week last week, losing in overtime to Brett. And I know that I think everybody's coming out. I know that's been tough. That's like the 49ers losing to Oakland. It did not happen. It's making that easier to swallow. So how has it been? Are the Browns losing to Jacksonville? Well, yeah. Thank you again. Appreciate that. How's it been out here this week with Brett? Has he mentioned it at all? He is not. Yeah, I think he knows better. I mean, Brett wants to continue employment, and he's not shut about that. So, no, he hasn't said anything, thankfully, because I didn't handle it well. I didn't sleep for a couple of days after that whole deal. And being that close, and I think it was double overtime, wasn't it? Yeah, double overtime. It's tough to lose any time in double overtime. Especially to Brett. Well, I mean, in general. There you go. Yeah. It was not an NBA question. I felt good about making it that far, I guess. Not exactly my strong suit. Well, this week it's the NFL, so a couple subject matter that you guys both are fairly well versed in. So we'll see how you do this week when we have our Power Insurance Hall of Fame Challenge. As always, we want to thank all of our fine sponsors, especially our presenting sponsor Hy-Vee, for having us out each and every week. Power Insurance does our Hall of Fame Challenge, and we thank the folks at the Thomas Funeral Home, Jim Ireland Menswear, Henley Dental, Jackson Home Center, Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop, the Flower Tea, the Daily Iowegian, Northside Insurance, the Preserve Lawn Raft Lake, Cook Insurance, RK Auto Body, and Chico Construction, all for making the broadcast possible each and every week right here on The Pitch. Tonight on the show, Coach Anthony White will be along to talk Big Red Wrestling. They've got a few meets under their belt now, and so we'll get his take on the early stages of the season for the Big Red Wrestlers. Also, Briar Callen is scheduled to be here in the box tonight. He is our In the Box segment, and that is at 6:15. And then we will have our basketball coaches on at the back half of the show. Coach Matt Krusich and Coach Matt Kovacevic were up earlier today to tape interviews, as again they had prior obligations tonight, and so we will have that taped. And they'll be back live with us next week. Now, we'll be on next week, and then, of course, we will not have a show on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. So after next week, we're off for a couple of weeks as we head into the break, and then we will come back after the new year with maybe some exciting stuff for you. We're working on some new things to add some excitement. We are, again, in the dining area here at Hy-Vee. We invite you to come out, enjoy a good meal, and enjoy the show. We'll take a break. When we come back, Josh will tell us about all things Hy-Vee right after this on Hy-Vee's The Pitch.
Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiowegian.com. That's dailyiowegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iowegian, the newspaper that cares about Athens County. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square is ready to help you with the men on your Christmas list. From head to toe, from business to casual, Jim Ireland Menswear has just what they need to look and feel their best. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square also has sports apparel, Hawkeyes, Cyclones, you and I. They've got shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and even ice scrapers with your favorite team. Stop in and see Jim Ireland Menswear today on the south side of the Centerville Square.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
Chico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. Serving Centerville and Southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Chico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Chico Construction. For all your excavating needs, remember,
McCann can.
This is The Pitch on KCOG, Centerville, talking local sports and a little bit more. I'm your genius host, Russ Hooker. And big news, guys. We got word from the producer of the show, Kyle Oker, with Hazel Rocket Productions, that we are now live streaming. Wonderful. Yes. So people can listen from anywhere in the world during the show time, not just tape delay tomorrow. And can they also do that? Oh, sure. Yeah, okay. Oh, absolutely. thepitchforkshow.com/WP-admin, or you can just go to the webpage, thepitchforkshow.com, and there is a live audio link there. So spread the word. You can listen from anywhere now. If you got grandma and grandpa, aunts, uncles, any relatives out there, don't want to hear us brag on the kids, they can do that now at thepitchforkshow.com. All right, Josh, tell us all about all the great things going on out here at Hy-Vee. Well, we've got a lot of great stuff going on. You want to come out and join us tonight? We've got a great meal deal coming from the kitchen. You can have a pulled pork sandwich, 2 sides, and a drink for $5.99 and get 25 cents per gallon discount on your fuel saver card. You can come on out here and join that side. That goes all week long. We've got a great 2-day sale, Thursday and Friday this week. A lot of great things in there. We have Coke 6-pack half-liter bottles for just $1.88 each. We have Hy-Vee orange juice, just 99 cents for a half gallon. We also have select variety General Mills cereal, just $1.98. Russet potatoes, 5-pound bag for just $1. We have Purex 50-ounce laundry detergent, 5 for $10. Single one-topping pizzas, take and bake fresh from our kitchen, $5.99 with a 5-cent fuel saver. Bakery Fresh cinnamon rolls, 4 counts, buy one at $3.49, get one free, and also 7-Up 2-liter products, just 79 cents. All of that right out here at your local Hy-Vee store. And I can tell you, I did have the barbecue pork special. I didn't believe it, but it was 25 cents. And it did show up on my receipt that I got 25 cents off on the fuel saver and a great meal to boot. Absolutely huge discount on a $5.99 meal. So, yeah, definitely good too. The pulled pork, we smoke it right out front here in our smoker and made fresh here in store. Yeah, that seems like somebody lost their mind on that. Keep it quiet. Keep it under your head. That's right. Don't let anybody know. All right. When we come back, we will take a look at our Oker Realty First Pitch, and we'll go in the box for Briar Callen, Centerville High School Junior. That's all coming up next on Hy-Vee's The Pitch.
Are you tired of looking at that old, worn-out, outdated carpet or vinyl in your home? Call Jackson Home Center today and see what they can do for you. Jackson Home Center offers competitive prices and quality products. Jackson Home Center can handle your commercial or residential flooring needs. Stop in and see them on the north side of the Centerville Square, or give them a call at 856-6331. That's 856-6331. Jackson Home Center also offers Medicine Creek handcrafted Ohio State certified Amish furniture. Custom orders available. Family owned and operated. Jackson Home Center on the north side of the Centerville Square. Call 856-6331. Open Mondays through Fridays, 9 to 6, and Saturdays, 9 to 1. This Christmas, give the gift of golf from the Preserve on Rathbun Lake. The Preserve is Iowa's premier 18-hole championship golf course, located right here in beautiful southern Iowa on Rathbun Lake at the Honey Creek Resort State Park. Stop into their pro shop today and pick up something for that avid golfer on your list. Whether it be a punch card for golf play, golf balls, golf clubs, or maybe something to make that golfer look his best, like a new shirt or a golf hat. The Pro Shop at the Preserve on Rathbun Lake has everything you need to look and play your best. The Pro Shop at the Preserve on Rathbun Lake. Stop in today and get something for that avid golfer on your list.
Christmas has arrived at the Flower Teak. Stop in and explore our selection of snowmen, Santas, ornaments, candles, wreaths, and much more. We can help you with gift ideas for everyone on your list. Let Flower Teak help you with all of your holiday decorating, both indoors and outdoors. We carry fresh greenery, pine cones, and berries, as well as seasonal plants. Visit us today at Flower Teak on the northeast corner of the Centerville Square or call 437-4131.
This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Since the summer of 1987, I have been helping people with their IRA investments. I have many clients that contribute money into an IRA on a monthly basis, but I also have many retired clients that are receiving money on a monthly basis to help pay bills. That's called cash flow. Having an adequate amount of cash flow is very important. I give people monthly cash flow from their employees' retirement plans. We put the money into an IRA and then set up a systematic withdrawal plan that can be sent directly into your bank account. It's safe and convenient. I have many safe options for your retirement plan distribution from your employer. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. I've been in business since 1987.
You're listening to The Pitch on KCOG Centerville. Time for the Oker Realty First Pitch. The First Pitch brought to you by Oker Realty in Centerville. Check us out online at okerrealty.com. Oker is spelled O-C-K-E-R. Check our virtual tour. Stop by and see us in our new location at 315 North 10th in Centerville. All right, Big Reds and Redheads both losing last night on the basketball floor up in Oskaloosa. The Redheads had to do battle without our star center, Taylor Lawson. But the good news, we think, she will be back on Friday. So from what we're hearing and what you'll hear later on in our interview with Coach Kovacevic, MRIs have come back saying it's just a sprain, and so hopefully she will be back on Friday. Chad, you were there to see it, and I know you were very concerned.
Yeah, watching her go down there, we're in Bloomfield against Davis County. She was in a lot of pain, and she could not put any pressure on it. Coach Moore and a couple of other, I think another player helped her off the court, and it is, I mean, she just dropped. She got rolled up on, and her knee just buckled. It did not look pretty. It did not sound pretty, and she was in a lot of pain. So we're glad. I know she's put a lot of time and effort into basketball in the off season. So it's great to hear that she might be back on Friday. And we could use it. Oh, yeah, I'll be absolutely. Last night, the Moravia girls won over Lamoni. The Moravia boys came up short. Next action for our area teams. Now, we're going to be talking wrestling with Coach Anthony White here in just a little bit. So we'll get to the Big Red Wrestling. But as far Moravia is at home against Diagonal Girl Boy doubleheader, and then the Moravia basketball team actually turns around on Saturday and takes a trip to Iowa Christian. And so they've got a busy weekend. The Moravia wrestlers are at Stewart on Saturday in wrestling action. Which will have the play-by-play Friday night for the Albia game. For the varsity boys and girls. You and Mike O'Connor will have the action from the Lake Gym. That is our first pitch, brought to you by Oker Realty in Centerville. Again, I remind you that we are live streaming now. Go to thepitchsportshow.com. You can listen from anywhere in the world. Thepitchsportshow.com. And if you miss anything, the show is being taped, and you can pick it up tomorrow at thepitchsportshow.com. We invite you to come out and join us, have some fun, listen to the show, and hang out here at Hy-Vee in the dining area, get some great food, including that $5.99 barbecue pork meal, the sandwich sides, 2 sides and a drink, and 25 cents on your fuel saver. All right, it is time for the In the Box segment, brought to you by Northside Insurance in Centerville. Northside Insurance. Call Amy Gonerman and the crew at 856-3333. We're excited to have Briar Cowan with us tonight. Got a lot of offers for things to do tonight. I know there were a lot of television stations and radio stations and everybody after your time. We appreciate you coming out and joining us here on the
on the Pitch Sports Show. Brian Breyer is a junior at Centerville High School. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, well, I have a brother and a sister, Tanner and Chas. And then I just want to say hey to my mother and my father, my grandparents, and my great-grandpa, Poppy, and my great-grandma, Beth. And then I play football and soccer, and I'm in the after-school weight program with Evan. We'll go to boot camp. It's pretty intense.
Okay, all right. Well, let's start with the family. Mom and Dad. Your dad is Galen.
Yes.
And your mom is Charity.
Yeah.
Okay. And your dad, he's owner of CNC Machining.
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay. And now, have you had to go get to work at all out there yet, or just to work doing anything yet?
I usually only go out there when he really needs the help. I'm not looking for that kind of field.
Okay.
Like my brother, he's out there already working.
Okay. All right. And so the brother, Tanner, is older. You're a junior. He graduated, 2 years out now? That's the second year out?
Yeah.
You guys get along pretty well, or is there a lot of scrapping going on between the brothers?
Yeah, we used to scrap a lot, but now it's mostly fun and play. It doesn't get too serious like it used to. Sometimes it got pretty rough,
Okay.
but now it's all better, no doubt.
Were you ever able to take him?
One time I thought I could take him, and then it didn't turn out too well for me.
Okay.
Don't try it.
It happens. Yeah, I was the younger brother, too, that never, without the use of a ball bat or a broomstick, I was usually not very effective. So,
Yeah.
all right. So you also you got a little sister. She's what, 8th grade?
Yep.
Okay, which means that she's going to be in high school before you get out of there. Are you prepared for that, to play the big brother role?
Oh, yeah, I got to keep a watchful eye over it, make sure no one's really checking her out too much. Might need to lay the hammer down.
Okay. So you're probably not going to be comfortable if one of your friends comes up and says, hey, I think I would like to ask your sister to homecoming.
Yeah, no, she's probably going to stay at home.
All right. She might have another idea.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that.
All right, let's talk about football. You guys coming off the football season. I know you didn't get as many wins as you wanted, but I think everybody would believe that maybe there's a brighter future. I know some kids are putting some time in. Your thoughts on your senior year coming up next year of football and what we might be able to expect to see from the Big Red?
Yeah, I believe a lot more kids ever since we saw it last year with with losing everybody and then coming off when we thought we were going to be just as good as we were last year, then losing all those games, and it kind of made us realize, well, we need to put in a lot more work to be just as good as those guys. So we started a lot of kids are in the afterweight program, and even kids that are in sports are still with lifting at Smash Fitness, just getting better, and we're hoping for a better future for everything.
All right, tell me about this weight program Coach Evans has put on. You're calling it a boot camp?
Yeah.
Okay. It sounds like, and just watching you kind of hobble in here, that he's working you guys pretty hard.
Yeah, it gets pretty intense sometimes. Sometimes you can have fun, and then others it's pretty strict, you know. It's all like Nazis, I think.
Now, we've heard a lot from a number of different coaches over the last month or so that we have got to get going on the weight training, that we're falling behind other schools on the weight training, and that if we want to keep up athletically, we've got to do that. As a student athlete, do you feel like the student athletes are starting to buy into that and starting to say, you know what, I can see it, I can feel it, I got to get strong?
Yeah, I believe a lot more kids. When I first started high school, those kids were, you don't need it, you don't need to go to the weights, and then all of a sudden this year, everybody's hitting the weights saying, you know, you need it. I mean, I hate to say it, but we're kind of falling albeit behind a lot because they already hit the weight program. They're a lot stronger than we are, and we need to get to where they are now.
On the football field, do you feel like on Friday nights, did you find yourself thinking, yeah, I got to get, you know, I'm as good of an athlete, and I obviously I'm capable of getting where these people are at, but I got to get stronger?
Yeah, I tried to hit it pretty hard when I got in high school. I mean, I wasn't the biggest kid, but now I'm growing to be one of the biggest kids, but I'm not that I am, but, you know, just trying to get it.
Now, what position did you play on the football squad?
I started out, I was in linebacker, and then sometimes Tesla puts me in corner, even though I don't like it that much, but I do it. And then I played offense I was a wide receiver, but I had an injury that wouldn't let me play offense that much anymore.
Okay. So if I'm understanding you correctly, Coach Kessler doesn't come to you and say, hey, Briar, how do you feel about playing corner? If you're okay with it, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. Or does it quite go down that way?
It's more like you're going to play corner whether you like it or not, or you just sit the bench.
And it seems like a better option.
Yeah.
And he did, and he did a lot better job than what he thinks he did. He did a very good job for us. So. All right, and so before that, you'll have a soccer season coming up. Now, I know you wrestled in the past. You didn't wrestle this year. You're hitting the weight. You got soccer coming up. Talk to me about. You guys lost quite a few guys off of that team too. How do you feel it's going to be replacing some of those?
Yeah, it's my first year out for soccer,
okay.
And
so you may be one of the replacements for these guys.
Yeah, I'm looking to be a replacement. I'm not the best out there, but I'm getting a lot better. It gets pretty intense. We already had an injury. I accidentally tripped up with it.
Oh,
in a boot.
Oh, I saw him the other day in a boot. I'm thinking, I wonder what happened to Bob. Now I know.
Yeah, I felt pretty bad about that. I was like, didn't need to go down like that.
So you're playing, what are you doing now soccer-wise? Is it some travel soccer or something?
Oh, no, we do indoor gym soccer.
Okay. All right. And what position does it look like you're going to fit into on the soccer field?
I'm playing like the left wing or left forward.
Now, do you have a lot to learn as far as the rules of soccer and all that stuff, or have you watched it some?
Well, I'm a pretty big FIFA player, so I know most of the rules.
Oh, okay.
Playing is where you're going to get down. The actual...
So when you say FIFA, you're talking about a video game?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're able to pick up some of the rules from the video game.
I mean, it has a lot of... It gets picky about the rules. It doesn't select much.
Did you red carded on the video game much, or?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Are you pretty good at the FIFA video game?
Well, yeah, until it comes against my friend Michael Beaver. You can't beat him.
Is that right?
Yeah.
He's just a video gamer, huh?
Yes, he is.
Is that right?
All right.
Real good at FIFA. All right, Briar Cowan is a junior at Centerville High School. And so before you know it, your time at CHS will be done. Have you thought about what does happen for you after high school?
I'd like to go into a pre-med program for anesthesiology. I'm thinking maybe UCLA or Iowa. I haven't really decided. UCLA has a pretty good program out there, but Iowa's a lot closer to home, and it kind of makes it hard to choose.
Well, and I'll just be honest, from what Chad and I have heard, they just don't have very many pretty girls out on the West Coast. So California,
there's sunshine, nothing like that out there. Yeah.
Well, it's good to hear that the University of Iowa, we're on a bit of a roll there for a while. Everybody wanted to be Iowa State. Now we got some folks maybe going to go to Iowa. So I'm sure you'll do fine whichever way you choose on that. And okay, let's talk about outside of sports. I know you like sports. You talk about playing some video game stuff. What other things are you involved with outside of sports?
Usually I just do that workout, and then after the workout it's already dark, so I can just go home and just talk with my dad or anybody, or I'll go downstairs and just watch TV or play video games. I don't have much else to do. I mean, besides school, I hunt a little bit, but not much this year. I mean, I hit the weight room almost every day. It makes it pretty hard to find some time.
Well, I know you guys are out in the country. Are you a four-wheeler kind of guy, or?
Yeah, I have a four-wheeler, but one of my sister's friends were riding it, and kind of broke wire in the battery, like with the one that connects to the battery, and I got to get it fixed before I can ride it again.
That's why you keep the girls off. So you just don't let them.
That's what I was thinking.
All right, Briar, it is time now for your 5 fast questions. Okay. Got a favorite movie?
I'd have to say probably The Hunger Games. That's the first one. My favorite.
Okay. Give me a pet peeve, something that really ticks off Briar Cowan.
Probably library. And people say library. That really gets you.
Okay. All right. So
or don't. Actually, don't the bigger one. I mean, when like people say that.
Okay.
You get that a lot around here.
Okay. What's your best trait? What's your best quality?
Probably, and I would probably have to say that working out, I just try to go as hard as I can every time. I mean, that's probably the best.
And favorite food?
I'd have to go with steak.
Good call. How do you like it prepared?
Medium rare.
Oh, gotta cook that thing.
All right, here you go. I'm going to put you on the spot. We never let anybody get out of here without a little bit of a difficult question. Who's the easier parent to deal with if you really want to get your way on something? You going to mom or you going to dad? Mom. Sure you don't think about that? No, I guarantee it's mom from here on out, that's for sure. Briar Cowan, you're officially out of the box. We're going to get you a free 6-inch sub for stopping out tonight. Compliments of Subway in Centerville. Thanks so much. Thank you. This is The Pitch on KCOG Centerville. Our In the Box segment brought to you by Northside Insurance in Centerville.
They don't build cars like they used to, and they don't repair them like they used to either. Today's vehicles contain advanced, lightweight materials and safety features like crumple zones and airbags that help protect your family. Repairing them properly after a collision requires up-to-date training. RK Auto Body has it. We're among only 10% of shops to meet the industry's highest training standards as a gold-class business. When you pick a collision repair shop, make the smart choice for your family safety. Choose gold-class trained repair professionals. Choose RK Auto Body. RK Auto Body is located at 21317 Highway J46 Centerville, or call them at 641-856-2500. Henley Dental in Centerville offers a full range of dental services, from regular exams to dental cosmetics. Henley Dental can help with all of your dental needs. Call today at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. They offer Clear Correct and porcelain veneers to help make that smile look better. And Dr. Nick Henley would like to remind you of the importance of scheduling a regular exam. You should have your teeth examined and cleaned every 6 months. To schedule your exam today, call 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Dr. Nick Henley at Henley Dental, 203 West Washington in Centerville. Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corydon is proud to be a part of the Pitchboard Show. Give Sales and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corydon.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home in Centerville at 856-4321 or in Bloomfield at 664-2353.
This is The Pitch on KCOG Centerville, presented by your local Hy-Vee store. I'm Russ Oker, Chadley Kepsner. We're live at Hy-Vee, and it's time to talk wrestling with Coach Anthony White. Joins us now, and the wrestling team's been busy since we last spoke. Had 3 different events. Of course, you get a lot of wrestling in at each event. You've been to Keokuk, so let's start with that one. That was the season opener. You went over to Keokuk, long bus ride, and
Last Thursday night, made the long trip over and wrestled Keokuk and Fairfield. Davis County was there. They kind of do that weird quad thing where we don't all wrestle each other. So we wrestled Keokuk and Fairfield, and we didn't win either one of those duels. We had several open weights like we're kind of used to. Shouldn't be used to it, but we are. And but the guys, they looked really good. I was actually kind of surprised. We've got 5 freshmen on the team that were wrestling, and usually those guys go out there and they look a little scared or intimidated or something, and you kind of expect a lot of rolling around and getting caught and getting pinned. But actually, there last week they looked really tough. Stephen Wardlow is a freshman at 152. He actually doesn't quite weigh that, but that's what he's wrestling. And he wrestled a match against Fairfield where he just kept going and going, and he ended up losing the match, but he just didn't give up, which was just really, really impressive to me. So
that's a tough weight for a freshman.
Yeah, it's kind of right in the middle of some really good wrestlers there, guys that are strong and move fast and know a lot. So yeah, he's had a tough go of it since then. But we went up to New London on Saturday, and he lost his first match, which put you on the consolation side of the bracket to where the best you can do is 5th place, but lost that first match. Then he won to pinned his kid in the consolation semifinals, made it into the 5th place match, and pinned his kid there too, after the kid had taken him down already. So kind of fought back there, and looked really good. So other than that, over there at Keokuk, we had Noah Coatney at 126 wrestled a real tough kid from Keokuk that I think the kid's ranked 5th in the state or something like that. And Noah usually kind of goes out and has a little bit of a slow start, but after he got going, he wrestled a pretty tough match against him, and he didn't end up winning, but looked really good, and he got pretty excited after that, and penned his kid from Fairfield after that. But maybe it was a match that he'd usually end up kind of maybe winning by points or something, but he just went out there and just looked tough and just kind of took it to the guy.
So we lost in the first two. We lost the both of those meets. We talk about five freshmen, though, and I know it's difficult to look at some of the open weight classes, but when you look at the 5 freshmen and you look at the junior high program, do you feel like that the day's coming when that it's in sight now when we'll be filling most of the classes?
Yeah, that's kind of hard to say. I mean, last year, as far as sophomores went, or freshmen last year, we had 2 or 3 freshmen out last year. This year's sophomores, we've only got 1 out. So it's hard to say, are they going to stay out, what their goals are. These guys that we've got in here right now as freshmen, these are some of those guys that I was talking about there 2 weeks ago that went to tournaments in the summer. They went to camp. So I get a feel that they're a little more dedicated. I think that, like I was talking there a couple weeks ago, they kind of identify themselves as wrestlers, and it's kind of part of who they are. So I get a good feeling from that. Junior high program, yeah, it's coming along. We've got enough. If you can have 4 or 5 guys in each class, you can fill out a pretty good team, and we've got that in the junior high right now. So, yeah, I get a feeling that we're coming along. Those junior high wrestlers are doing a really good job. I've been talking with Mark Whistler, who's running the junior high program now, and he's been telling me about, some of the things that they're doing, and they've got a couple of guys that are undefeated still, and so tough wrestlers down there. Yeah, that's what they did.
Are you still looking for the big guys to go out? Is that
shout out here to the big guys.
If you get them out for wrestling, send them over to the football program too. So,
well, I was hoping we could get some of those football players.
Well, we'll see what we can do for you.
No, we still need a heavyweight, and if there are any of those guys listening, there's just nothing better for an offensive lineman than going out for wrestling and learning about that stance and moving, in that athletic stance that we talk about in every sport that, that you're in. We do it every day and do a lot of it, and the guys get used to moving in those kind of positions. So,
we'll see what we can do. All right, so you New London tournament on Saturday. Tell me about how some of the kids there did there, and it was some names we haven't heard yet. Tiger, Terpstra, and then Bradley Irwin. How have these guys been doing?
Yeah, I guess I didn't talk about Brad with the duel there last week because he got dodged both matches. He got 2 forfeits. They had guys at those weights, and one of them they didn't wrestle, and the other one they had an open weight above that they bumped the kid up to. So he got 2 forfeits, and he wasn't too happy about that. But I kept telling him there on Thursday, I said, you're going to get a match on Saturday. So, and he did. He pinned his first 2 guys and made it into the finals match. Eddyville Blakesburg started going up to that tournament here 2 years ago, and we used to go to that kind of because it was kind of an easier tournament to kind of ease us into the year, and there wasn't, it wasn't real tough. And ever since Eddyville's been there, you definitely get a tough match. And so Brad wrestled Jaron Glosser from Eddyville in the finals, who's a returning state champion, ranked #1, tough kid. And Brad didn't, maybe didn't have his best match, but he ended up losing that. But good news is we wrestle Eddyville this Thursday, tomorrow. And so Brad gets a little chance at redemption here, so he's looking forward to that.
And that tomorrow's matchup is at Eddyville. Is that our?
No, this is the home opener.
All right, so that's our home opener.
5:30 tomorrow.
It should be a pretty electric environment down there.
It's going to be good. We wrestled Davis County over in Wayne last night, and they're going to be there tomorrow for our conference duel. So last night didn't count towards conference standing or anything. It was just a duel like any of these other ones we wrestle. Tomorrow night here at home, Davis County's duel is for conference standing, and Eddyville's duel is for conference standing. So it's gonna be good. We lost to Davis County last night by 6 points, which is basically a match's worth of points. So something we went the other, one way instead of the other. We're right in that duel, so it should be pretty good. Eddyville, we're gonna have to wrestle really, really tough to make it close with them, but. There should be some good matchups there. Not everybody that Eddyville has is a state champion, so there'll be some matches that we can definitely win. And like I said, Brad's match is going to be really good. If you're looking for an opportunity to watch two top-ranked wrestlers wrestle, tomorrow night would be a good shot at that.
We'll grab a quick break, plenty more with Coach White. When we come back, we'll find out how some of the other wrestlers did last Saturday, and we'll talk about last night, an interesting night. Coach was telling us off air that none of the matches went the distance. We'll talk about all the pins from last night's action when we come back on Ivy the Pin.
Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiwegian.com. That's dailyiwegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iowegian, the newspaper that cares about Appomattox County. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square is ready to help you with the men on your Christmas list. From head to toe, from business to casual, Jim Ireland Menswear has just what they need to look and feel their best. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square also has sports apparel, Hawkeyes, Cyclones, you and I. They've got shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and even ice scrapers with your favorite team. Stop in and see Jim Ireland Menswear today on the south side of the Centerville Square.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
Chico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. Serving Centerville and Southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Chico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Chico Construction. For all your excavating needs, remember,
McCann can.
This is The Pitch on KCOG Centerville, and we're talking with Coach Anthony White about the Big Red Wrestling program. And all right, Coach, take me back to Saturday, some of the other kids, and maybe who were some of your top finishers?
Yeah, so another one who had a real good tournament was Noah Coatney at 126. He so it's basically an 8-man tournament, and the way they split it up is you wrestle that first round, and if you win, you go on to that championship side in the semifinals. So there's 4 guys in those semifinals, and if you win there, you get into the championship match. If you lose there, you go to the third place match. So you got to win that. It's huge to win that first place match to get on the side of the bracket with those good wrestlers. So Noah won his first match. He ended up losing his second match, and he ended up winning that third place match, and I kind of sped through that, but what I wanted to stress about Noah there is that's the highest he's placed in a tournament during his high school wrestling career. So he was pretty stoked about that. He was disappointed losing his semifinals match. He lost to a kid from Eddyville, Blakesburg, that he should have beat. He was winning the match and kind of got caught, and that's the sport of wrestling. It happens, and like I said about Brad, he'll have another shot at him. We have plenty of shots at the guys in our conference who wrestled like 4 or 5 times, so he'll have a shot at redemption. Another one that sticks out in my mind at 145, Josh Morgan, he won his first match, so that put him on the championship side, and he ended up getting 4th place. But to have a freshman that places that good in that tournament, that it looks real good for Josh, heading forward. And I will say a couple more things about Josh. Last Thursday, he won both his matches, no buys, won 2 matches, and then this Tuesday, last night, he won 2 and lost 1. So he's got a very good winning record. He's looking real good. He lost his first match last night, and I think it kind of got him a little fired up, and he went out and he looked very tough against some pretty good wrestlers. 145 last night at that quad that we had over in Wayne was the I'm not going to say it was the toughest weight classes. There were some real tough wrestlers in some of those other weight classes, but it was the most even with real good wrestlers in it. So, I don't know, toughest weight class, I don't know how to say that.
All right, what about anybody else notable on Saturday?
Tiger didn't wrestle. He was sick. He was trying to tough it out there at the end of the week. I know he wanted to be over there wrestling. There's a real good 106-pounder from New London that he wanted to wrestle, but he wasn't feeling up to it. And I talked to him there Friday night, and I said, we're leaving at 5:45, whatever time it was we were leaving. I said, if you're there, we'll take you. If you don't feel like it, don't come. So, but I wish he could have gone over to that. I talked about Stephen Wardlow winning those last 2 matches.
Cade Warren's name we haven't talked about yet. How's things been going for him?
Yeah, Cade, he lost his first match. He didn't have too good of a day over there on Saturday. He lost his first match, but unfortunately he had to buy his second round there, so he made it into the 5th place match, but and then he lost that match, so he didn't get a win over there, but it was kind of a little bit of a rougher day for him. We had Chase McClurg at 195, who he's kind of come out here a little bit later on in the season, and so he's kind of still working into shape and learning. He's learning a lot right now because he's kind of a new to wrestling, I guess you'd say. But he won his first match over there, so not his first match of the tournament. He won his first match of his high school career. He lost his first match, and he ended up in the 7th place match, and he pinned that kid to win his first match. So we were pretty happy.
Good day, yeah. His first win,
and then last night he lost 2. But his last match of the night, he went out there pretty fired up. I think he was kind of irritated about losing his first 2 matches, and he went out and pinned that kid. So he's got 2 wins under his belt, and hopefully a lot more to come.
Is Michael Cope
wrestling? I knew I was forgetting somebody down there. Good thing you guys are here.
Well, we did a small purpose.
Yeah, and I knew there was another guy that did kind of the exact same that Stephen Wardlow had done. Cope lost his first match, and then he got kind of fired up, and he pinned his next 2 guys to get 5th place up there. So, and he didn't have a great night over there in Keokuk. I think he lost those 2 matches also, so he was a little bummed out, from that. And then he lost that first match up there. I was afraid he was going to not go out there for the next one, but he picked himself back up and went out there and won those 2 matches. So it ended up being a good day for him and a good week. So
we'll grab another break. We'll come back and talk about last night's action, and then we'll talk a little bit more about tomorrow night's home action. We're talking to Big Red Wrestling coach Anthony White. We'll be back with more right after this on High Beat the Pitch.
Are you tired of looking at that old, worn-out, outdated carpet or vinyl in your home? Call Jackson Home Center today and see what they can do for you. Jackson Home Center offers competitive prices and quality products. Jackson Home Center can handle your commercial or residential flooring needs. Stop in and see them on the north side of the Centerville Square or give them a call at 856-6331. That's 856-6331. Jackson Home Center also offers Medicine Creek handcrafted Ohio State certified Amish furniture. Custom orders available. Family owned and operated. Jackson Home Center on the north side of the Centerville Square. Call 856-6331. Open Mondays through Fridays 9 to 6 and Saturdays 9 to 1. This Christmas, give the gift of golf from the Preserve on Rathbun Lake. The Preserve is Iowa's premier 18-hole championship golf course located right here in beautiful southern Iowa on Rathbun Lake at the Honey Creek Resort State Park. Stop into their pro shop today and pick up something for that avid golfer on your list. Whether it be a punch card for golf play, golf balls, golf clubs, or maybe something to make that golfer look his best, like a new shirt or a golf hat. The pro shop at the Preserve on Rathbun Lake has everything you need to look and play your best. The Pro Shop at the Preserve on Rathbun Lake. Stop in today and get something for that avid golfer on your list.
Christmas has arrived at the Flower Teak. Stop in and explore our selection of snowmen, Santas, ornaments, candles, wreaths, and much more. We can help you with gift ideas for everyone on your list. Let Flower Teak help you with all of your holiday decorating, both indoors and outdoors. We carry fresh greenery, pine cones, and berries, as well as seasonal plants. Visit us today at Flower Teak on the northeast corner of the Centerville Square or call 437-4131.
This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Since the summer of 1987, I have been helping people with their IRA investments. I have many clients that contribute money into an IRA on a monthly basis, but I also have many retired clients that are receiving money on a monthly basis to help pay bills. That's called cash flow. Having an adequate amount of cash flow is very important. I give people monthly cash flow from their employees' retirement plans. We put the money into an IRA and then set up a systematic withdrawal plan that can be sent directly into your bank account. It's safe and convenient. I have many safe options for your retirement plan distribution from your employer. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. I've been in business since 1987.
Talking local sports a little bit more on IB's The Pitch. I'm Russ Hooker, and along with me is Chadley Kester. We'll be joined in just a little bit again by Josh Price. Right now, we're talking with Coach Anthony White of the Big Red Wrestling program. And last night, you go over to Corridon, and quite a night. Yeah, I've been wrestling a long time. Have you ever seen a night where it was just all pins, one way or the other?
I'm sure there has been. I don't remember it off the top of my head. All I remember last night is I really enjoyed when we were pinning the guys, and I really hated it when we were getting pinned. No, it was a good night over there. We had some real, local teams here. We had Davis County, Moravia, and Wayne, and us, and you get quite a few matches in. 3 matches. It's almost like a little mini tournament. So it was good for those reasons. I wish we could have pulled out a couple more wins as a team. We had a good shot of, beating all 3 of those teams. We lost to Davis County and to Moravia by what basically comes down to 1 match. If one of them would have gone the other way. So that was a little frustrating for me, and it was the first 2 duels that were wrestled. So by the end of the night, I was getting a little frantic, wrestling Wayne. I was like, guys, we gotta start winning some of these matches so we can win this duel. But we ended up beating Wayne pretty handily. I think it was by 12 or 14 points or something like that.
So anybody have a standout night last night?
Trying to think off the top of my head. We had a couple of guys that. So there was a little bit of good and bad. We had a couple of guys that had gotten pinned in those earlier duels, and I kind of got after them a little bit and said, guys, we've got to have better matches out of you. And Ethan Wagner, our 113-pounder, he was one that I could just, when he went out there against Wayne, I could tell he was kind of a different guy when he walked out there. I could tell he'd gotten frustrated by not not winning, and he was just ready to go out there and get a win for us. And he went out there and went tough.
This is the station where you'll find all of your favorite artists. We're 99.7 KCOG, playing the best of the 80s, 90s, and now.
They were all 10s, but no, that's one that sticks out in my mind as having a good comeback, I guess. I mean, it's hard to talk about 10s because, most of the time, Brad Irwin, he went out there and wrestled his Davis County kid and pinned his kid in, a matter of seconds, which there's not much to talk about, but it's too bad. He went out there, I think he went out there and took the kid down and let him up and took him down and turned him over and pinned him, and it may have been 30 seconds, which is very impressive, that you can do something like that. Noah Coatney against his kid from Davis County, same thing. And Noah, I think, was kind of surprised at how good he did in that match because he took the kid down really easily, and I think he was getting ready to turn him, and I could tell that Noah, how to say, he wasn't thinking about maybe extending the match a little bit, getting a little bit of mat time. And I said, Noah, go ahead and cut him and get another takedown. And it kind of took him a second to figure out, oh, yeah, I think I probably could take this guy down again. And so he let him back to his feet and got another takedown, and he ended up pinning that guy. So. But it's just something he's not used to. Brad is used to trying to get a little bit of mat time and maybe not pinning the guy so quick. Noah, he's working up towards that, so it was nice to for him to get that experience of, being the better wrestler and knowing you're the better wrestler. So those are a couple that stuck into my mind. Stephen Cochran sprained his ankle last week. He got his first mat time there last night. He wrestled one match and got 2 forfeits, so he's 3-0. And he's
barely broke a sweat. He's 3-0.
He barely broke a sweat. No, he's holding it over everybody's head, so he's pretty proud of himself.
Surely.
But no, he sent his kid from Davis County, so he had a good night last night.
Well, tomorrow night, we've talked about this a little bit. Should be a lot of fun. It's always nice to get home in front of the home crowd and not have to hop on that bus and take the ride. We have Davis County and Eddyville, Blakesburg. Do you know what the actual schedule, like who we're going to wrestle when?
We'll wrestle Davis County first, and then Davis County will wrestle Eddyville, and then we'll wrestle Eddyville.
Okay, so we start at 5:30 with Davis County. Will there be will it be varsity and JV going at the same time?
Well, we're all 3 small enough that there's not going to be enough JV to put up another match. So we'll wrestle that first duel against Davis County. There'll be 1 or 2 or 3 JV matches that we'll wrestle, and that's going to be so that we'll have a few open weights. We'll need that extra time in between the duels to make sure that we've got our 45 minutes. There's got to be 45 minutes between one wrestler wrestling and then that same wrestler wrestling again the next time. So a couple of JV matches in Eddyville and Davis County, and then a couple of JV matches maybe, and then we'll wrestle Eddyville and we'll have a showdown.
So just one match going then tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, with Davis County, having just seen them last night in a close match, do you sense that your guys are like, bring it on?
Yeah, I talked with some of the guys about maybe moving around or doing this and that, and Josh Morgan was one of them. Josh he's a 138 pounder, and he's wrestling 145 because Brad Irwin is at 138, and so I talked with
99.7 KCOG Centerville.
Switching and having Brad bump up since he might be able to handle that bigger guy a little better than Josh. Josh lost to the Davis County kid there. We got pinned by him there last night, and so we talked about switching around, and Brad was all for it, and Josh said, "No, Coach, I'm gonna beat that kid." So that's what I got promised, and I'm extending it out into the airways here. But Josh Morgan said he's gonna beat this Davis County kid tomorrow night. So,
well, that's I know as a coach that warms your heart. That's exactly what you want to hear from somebody.
I hate running for matches. I like to win duels, and if we got to move guys around a little bit to do that. But man, I do like it when a wrestler says, "No, I want to go out and wrestle this match," and I like it when they look for those tough matches. Brad's another one that he understands that that we've got a tough schedule. We've lined it up this way so that we can get better, and you know, he's looking forward to another tough match tomorrow night, and he'll wrestle Jaron Losser, you know, 2 or 3 more times this year, and he'll look forward to every one of them. So I hopefully all our guys kind of get that mentality as we go throughout the year.
Coach Anthony White, Big Red Wrestling, home tomorrow night. It starts at 5:30. We hope to see a big crowd. Coach, as always, thanks for stopping out, and we'll look forward to hearing from you again next week.
Thanks, guys.
This is The Pitch on KCOG Centerville.
They don't build cars like they used to, and they don't repair them like they used to either. Today's vehicles contain advanced, lightweight materials and safety features like crumple zones and airbags that help protect your family. Repairing them properly after a collision requires up-to-date training. RK Auto Body has it. We're among only 10% of shops to meet the industry's highest training standards as a gold-class business. When you pick a collision repair shop, make the smart choice for your family's safety. Choose gold-class trained repair professionals. Choose RK Auto Body. RK Auto Body is located at 21317 Highway J46 Centerville, or call them at 641-856-2500. Henley Dental in Centerville offers a full range of dental services, from regular exams to dental cosmetics. Henley Dental can help with all of your dental needs. Call today at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. They offer Clear Correct and porcelain veneers to help make that smile look better. And Dr. Nick Henley would like to remind you of the importance of scheduling a regular exam. You should have your teeth examined and cleaned every 6 months. To schedule your exam today, call 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Dr. Nick Henley at Henley Dental, 203 West Washington in Centerville. Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon is proud to be a part of the Pitch Sports Show. Give Sales and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home in Centerville at 856-4321 or in Bloomfield at 664-2353.
This is a test of the National Weather Service NOAA Weather Radio All Hazards Warning Alarm System in cooperation with the Emergency Alert System. Tests of this alarm system are conducted every Wednesday at 11 a.m. and at 7 p.m. If there is a severe weather threat, the tests are postponed until the next available good weather day. The alarm tone will activate for severe weather and other life-threatening emergency messages for the following 14 transmitters and their associated broadcast areas: WXL57 at Des Moines, WXL94 at Bremer County, WXK84 at Fort Dodge, KXI98 at Marshalltown, KXI62 at Montezuma, WXN91 at Rathbun Lake, WNG730 at Ottumwa, KZZ51 at Carroll, KZZ68 at Van Wert, KXI65 at Lennox, WNG666 at Iowa Falls, WNG668 at Denison, WNG688 at Ringsted, and KJY63 at Forest City. For a detailed listing of which counties are served by each transmitter, please visit the NOAA Weather Radio section of our website at weather.gov/Des Moines. Once again, please visit the NOAA Weather Radio section of our website at weather.gov/Des Moines. This concludes our test. We now return to regular programming.
A sandwich, 2 sides, a drink, and 25 cents on the fuel saver. Absolutely, yeah. It's our Fresh Mart Kitchen all week long. Whole pork, barbecue pork sandwich, 2 sides and a drink, $5.99 to 25-cent fuel saver. And then we've got a great 2-day sale coming up on Thursday and Friday. We have rolled whole pretzel or Munchie snack mix for just $1.88. Betty Crocker brownie mix, just 99 cents. We have Palermo's pizzas, 6 for $10. We also have 7-Up product, 2 liters for just 79 cents. Charmin Basic or Bounty Basic, paper towels and toilet paper, just $4.97. Select variety General Mills cereals, just $1.98, and that includes all the rice checks, wheat checks, and corn checks, which is great for this time of year to make your own Chex Mix. And we also have Coke products, 6-pack half-liter bottles, just $1.88 each. All of that right out here at your local Hy-Vee store. Anything, any big exciting news or any secrets you can let us in on? Well, we are in the process right now. We're going to get a new decor package. We're going to repaint the whole store. We're going to update the aisle guides and all the new signs around the departments, everything. It's going to look really sharp. We're going to be adding TVs to our sit-down area here hopefully in the next several weeks, so we'll be able to sit back here and watch the news at the sports center and stuff back here in the sit-down area, and hopefully we're going to have some other things coming along down the line. Hopefully later on here in a few months we're going to start some new meal deals, and we'll have some other things going on as well. So yeah, look for that. We're going to might be a little tore up right after the first of the year. We're going to move the beer case. We're also going to put some new shelving in the store. We're going to do a lot of other things as well. So we're going to do a lot of moving and shaking after the first of the year. All right. Well, it is time now to take our Power Insurance Hall of Fame challenge, and we head to the National Football League. And current statistics in the National Football League. All right, give me the top 5 quarterbacks in yards this year so far. Top 5 passing yards this year. NFL quarterbacks. The National Football League. Just in the top 5. Yep, you don't have to have them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just give me the 5 guys that are leading in yards thrown this year in the National Football League. We'll take a break. We'll come back and see how these guys did right after this.
Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiowegian.com. That's dailyiowegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iowegian, the newspaper that cares about Appomattox County. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square is ready to help you with the men on your Christmas list. From head to toe, from business to casual, Jim Ireland Menswear has just what they need to look and feel their best. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square also has sports apparel, Hawkeyes, Cyclones, you and I. They've got shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and even ice scrapers with your favorite team. Stop in and see Jim Ireland Menswear today on the south side of the Centerville Square.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
Chico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. serving Centerville and Southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Pico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Pico Construction. For all your excavating needs, remember,
McCann can. This is the Bench on KCOG Centerville. We're talking local sports a little bit more right now. We're taking our Power Insurance Hall of Fame Challenge. Call Jerry Parnigang at 724-9000. Looking for the top 5 leading quarterbacks in yards, passing yards this year. All right. In no particular order. Why not? Matt Ryan. Anybody? Ooh, Matt Ryan. What? No, I don't have to. Peyton Manning. Everybody 1 for 2 now? Drew Brees. Ben Roethlisberger. How's everybody set? 2, 1. And the number 1 on the list with 4,305 yards from Indianapolis, Andrew Luck. Oh, wow. And the Cadillac has stormed in and taken the title. This is not going to be a good thing for anybody. Give me that headset. You're out. Go home. So Luck, it was Luck, then Roethlisberger, Brees, Manning, and Ryan. Yeah, you and I would have been pretty pathetic. It had just been the we would have tied. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty bad. Roethlisberger, he's down like 12 touchdowns in 2 days. Well, that doesn't mean he's moving for a lot of, yeah, but that's all he's been doing this year. He's thrown 60 times. I just remember when Cleveland beat him. I mean, I remember that. Yeah, I got it. Sorry, I remember that. I mean, he also was why we had to show it. It was a game that he threw 3 interceptions and only 1 tie. Let's talk about football playoff. All right. We, the first question, true or false? This is just true or false. Do they have the right 4 teams in the college football playoff, Tom? I will get your see when he slides the mic around to you there. Sure. I would say true. The thing, and we've talked about it before, the way they went about getting them score, I do think they true or false. True. Thank you, Josh. True. All right, and I'm going true. Do you think the system was flawless, or were there errors in the system? There were errors. There we go. When you have 4 to 6 fall down to number 4, you jump TCU up ahead of them, who has been beat by the number 16, which was Baylor, and then both those guys drop out at the end. It's something flawed there. So that's my. Other than that, I think they've kind of had it since they came out with the picks. I think they've had 3 of them right until the end. All right. Josh? Yeah, the way they went about it, I think it's a little bit flawed. I still think it's a better system than what we had originally. I really do. I mean, I think the teams that are in there are the correct ones. Like the way they went about it might have been a little bit more difficult than it probably should have been. But I think overall for its first year, I think it's been good. I think that if they wouldn't have put TCU 3rd, if they'd have put them at 4, then I think they could have said, well, Iowa State has jumped you. That makes sense. And now that we've got the full body of work, we're putting Baylor ahead of you on the head-to-head. I think that going forward, people will understand this is not going to be like your poll system. You don't just get a hold true if you keep winning. They will look at the body of work after each week. And a win over Iowa State for TCU adds nothing to your body of work. The fact that Baylor may have, I don't know, did Baylor play Iowa State this year? Okay, so if they played them earlier in the year, when they did that meant nothing to us. But now they've got a Kansas State win, so now we take all this in. So people will understand that it's not a hold steady system. So the best thing you can do, I think, as a fan, and if your team's up there and close, is all that matters is the last one. It doesn't matter where we're at until they do the last one. That's all just for people to talk. Because really, if it wasn't for TV and all the media stuff, there's no need to even release it till at the end of the year. But all right, Cadillac, let's get the microphone, bud. You've got 1 minute and 5 seconds to work with. 3 things. It's the system. Any system has flaws. Number 2, they were co-champion. There was not a distinguished champion. That always hurts. And how can you not keep Ohio State out after what they've done? You know, 3 quarterbacks and how can you not? So
Well, because their loss was probably the worst loss out of anybody up there. But they were champions. But they were missing a couple of offensive linemen.
They were champions there.
Were you okay with TCU being third, though, and then falling to sixth, or would you have never had them a third?
Rankings are rankings. You know, how do you start at the beginning of the year? There's always a number one, but a lot of times they don't end up number one. And if they didn't fall much through the year, then did they play a lot?
They had them at third, and they fall 3 spots with a 50-point win. I think that was what got some people's steps. But that's we're out of time on that. We've got to get to our interview with Coach Matt Krusich. He was up at the station, or we talked to him through the phones earlier today. We also have an interview coming up with Coach Matt Kavakovich. We'll go now to my interview with Coach Matt Krusich.
This is The Pitch on KCOG Centerville, talking local sports and a little bit more, presented by your local Hy-Vee store. And we're visiting now with Coach Matt Krusich, talking Big Red basketball. Since last we talked, a couple of games for the Big Reds. We came out on the wrong end of it. Let's start with the Davis County game, Coach. Quite a ball game over there. Never easy to go over to Davis County and play. The guys played pretty hard.
Oh, yeah, I'm thrilled with the effort we put forth in these last 2 games. I know we haven't come out on the winning end, but at the same time, I think we're playing with a lot of energy, and I think our kids are playing intense basketball. It's just, you know, Davis County was a senior-laden team, and, you know, this was supposed to be the year that they break through a little bit, and they had a little success on us on the perimeter. We had a hard time with the Jones kid and the Ut kid out there on the perimeter. They knocked down some big threes at clutch times, and I thought our kids played a terrific game over there. We just made a few mental mistakes coming down the stretch, and that's going to be kind of what we have to work through to get on the winning side this season. You know, when you're subbing in 4 guys are getting their varsity experience their senior year, or you know, as they come up through the varsity ranks, you know, you got to find yourself, and we're kind of in the process of doing that.
Well, it sounds like as a whole that Connor Scully certainly had a tremendous game on Friday night.
Yeah, he did. You know, he made some big shots inside, and, you know, I'm always giving him a hard time because it's like, you know, Connor, if you stay within 5 feet of the basket, you're seeing a lot of success. And up until the last 2 minutes of the game, you know, he was like 7 of 9 from the field, and then he tried to open up a few perimeter shots, and you know, but at the same time, I love his effort and I love his attitude. He always shows up to play hard, and I thought he also played very well last night at Ostia. He plugged it. He attacked the basket real well and rebounded well, and we got out and got some transition going. But yeah, Connor's one of the big factors inside for us, and at Davis County, he showed how well he can play.
Well, we come off the defeat to Davis County in what was a very good basketball game, and you have to go then to Oskaloosa. We'll jump to that in just a second. I do want to touch a little bit more on the Davis County thing. It sounds like down the stretch we struggled to score. What do you attribute that to?
Well, some of it's the fact that, you know, we kind of got caught riding Brett a little too much and expecting a lot out of him when we need to include the rest of the team. And, you know, we were coming down and spreading their man-to-man defense out and just trying to attack one-on-one or setting a screen to try to get him open for a decent mid-range jump shot. And he was having some success with that, but at the same time, you kind of have to balance that out with team play. And so we were trying to, you know, we'd do that a couple of times, and then the next time we'd come down and try to run a team-oriented offense and try to include everyone. But, you know, finding that balance is going to be one of our main tasks this season. And if we can balance that out, you know, there's going to be times when we have to rely on Brett, and then there's also times when we have to rely on the other 4. And hopefully we can find more balance. I thought last night at Oski we made progress towards that. It's just that's kind of where we struggled at Davis County.
Well, when you what do we know about Brett's ankle situation? What's the latest?
Well, I think everybody's just labeling it a high ankle sprain, but, you know, the hard thing for me as a coach is anytime I've ever had to center something around a player, it was always someone who had a really quick first step or someone who could explode to the basket. And Brett's not that type of player. Even if his ankle's okay, he's not the quickest guy in the world. But what he is he's an effective scorer. He's an effective shooter. So, I'm having to change a little bit of my philosophy around some of our play calling around a guy that is struggling to get open and a guy that's going to struggle to get past quick defenders. And, he's going to have to adjust his game accordingly, too. He's going to have to go through some people. He's going to have to attack some people and also know when to just square up and then hit the shot. But at the same time, coming down the stretch here, we had a big possession call just because we're struggling to get him open. And Davis County made a good defensive play, knocked it out of bounds off of Brett. And, situations like that, he may have to just get open by acting like he's posting up, even though we're at the other end of the floor. And, he's going to have to use his body a lot more because he can't just blow right past anyone. So, like I said, he's not used to having all the defensive focus on him from the other teams, because last year we had some people that could draw defense away from him. And this year, the main focus is on him, and other people are going to have to step up around him. And, like I said, we're just finding our way through that. And it's a struggle right now, and it's frustrating, but yet at the same time, it's a great challenge, and the guys are working hard to persevere through that.
Well, when you look at your team, give me a couple of guys that you think have that ability to take some of the slack and maybe look to score a little bit more.
I think Hunter Callen's doing an outstanding job for us out at the point guard spot or the wing spot, depending on where we are playing, Brett. Hunter can explode in there and attack off the pass very well, and he's also kind of our main gun in transition, a lot the way Colton Gonerman was for us in the past. And Hunter can get out and run the floor, and he sees up the floor very well. So we look to him to make some things happen both on the perimeter and attacking the basket. Tate Felton's got the ability, but, Davis County did an outstanding job double teaming him, which reaped rewards for Connor Scully to get open on the weak side. But at the same time, Tate, he can run over you or he can hit that mid-range jumper at times. And he's kind of a streaky player. He was kind of handicapped a little bit last night with foul trouble, so we kind of had to limit his play in the first half. And I wish I could have played him the whole game because I think he would have made a bigger difference in the game. But he's a terrific athlete, and I think you're going to see some big things happen for him. Garrett McGran at times comes through with some big baskets, and he's kind of had a wake-up call here lately about being active without the ball, and he can go in there and get the offensive rebound or the offensive putback, and if everyone leaves him alone, he can knock down the big shot if they sag clear off of him. So, he's kind of figuring out his role on the team. And also Devin Glosser can come in there and do the same thing. But Devin's more of a defensive player, but at the same time, he runs the floor real well in transition, and he can knock down the open shot if people are sagging off him also. Blake Dabney's made some big plays for us inside. And last night, when Oscar came out and pressed us, and also against Davis County, every now and then people forget about him under the basket, and we hit him for a few shots. And he's also a good rebounder for us. So, we have a supporting cast that they're all capable of plays. They just kind of have to know their role and fill that spot and then just keep executing with everything they've got.
We'll grab a quick break. We will come back and talk about the Oskaloosa game and then a big one coming up Friday night against Albia. That's next on Hy-Vee's The Pitch. Are you tired of looking at that old, worn-out, outdated carpet or vinyl in your home? Call Jackson Home Center today and see what they can do for you. Jackson Home Center offers competitive prices and quality products. Jackson Home Center can handle your commercial or residential flooring needs. Stop in and see them on the north side of the Centerville Square or give them a call at 856-6331. That's 856-6331. Jackson Home Center also offers Medicine Creek handcrafted Ohio State certified Amish furniture. Custom orders available. Family owned and operated. Jackson Home Center on the north side of the Centerville Square. Call 856-6331. Open Mondays through Fridays, 9 to 6, and Saturdays, 9 to 1. This Christmas, give the gift of golf from the Preserve on Rathbun Lake. The Preserve is Iowa's premier 18-hole championship golf course, located right here in beautiful southern Iowa on Rathbun Lake at the Honey Creek Resort State Park. Stop into their pro shop today and pick up something for that avid golfer on your list. Whether it be a punch card for golf play, golf balls, golf clubs, or maybe something to make that golfer look his best, like a new shirt or a golf hat. The pro shop at the Preserve on Rathbun Lake has everything you need to look and play your best. The Pro Shop at the Preserve on Rathbun Lake. Stop in today and get something for that avid golfer on your list.
Christmas has arrived at the Flower Teak. Stop in and explore our selection of snowmen, Santas, ornaments, candles, wreaths, and much more. We can help you with gift ideas for everyone on your list. Let Flower Teak help you with all of your holiday decorating, both indoors and outdoors. We carry fresh greenery, pine cones, and berries, as well as seasonal plants. Visit us today at Flower Teak on the northeast corner of the Centerville Square or call 437-4131.
This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Since the summer of 1987, I have been helping people with their IRA investments. I have many clients that contribute money into an IRA on a monthly basis, but I also have many retired clients that are receiving money on a monthly basis to help pay bills. That's called cash flow. Having an adequate amount of cash flow is very important. I give people monthly cash flow from their employees' retirement plans. We put the money into an IRA and then set up a systematic withdrawal plan that can be sent directly into your bank account. It's safe and convenient. I have many safe options for your retirement plan distribution from your employer. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. I've been in business since 1987.
This is the pitch on KCOG Centerville, visiting with Coach Matt Krusich about Big Red basketball. Coming off the game in Davis County on Friday night, then heading over to Oskaloosa last night. And another close one, Coach, where you came up short 60-57. Tough to win those close games on the road, but you got to like the fact that your guys are in the ball game.
You bet. And, we had a terrific first quarter. We went out and took it right at them. Our half-court press was working very well, and I think we got up on them by as many as 8 to 10 points. And then second quarter, we got in a little foul trouble, so I had to sit Tate and kind of shuffle some people around. And Oski had a big second quarter, which they outscored us 22-10. So we gave up. We were 6 points down going into the second half, but I love the way our kids battled. I love the way we attacked their man-to-man defense. I looked at our shot charts today, and I told them last night, when in games like that, when you're attacking defenses, you have to convert your layups, you have to convert your free throws, and within 5 feet of the basket, we missed 19 shots last night, which I'm not saying they weren't contested, but at the same time, you convert 2 more of those 19, and we're the winner of the game. So I told our guys also I think we missed 10 free throws, and you make 3 of those, and we have a tie game, and it coulda, shoulda, woulda. But at the same time, I told them they deserve credit for at least attacking the basket and putting themselves in position to score. We just have to convert a few more once we get ourselves in there. So I really can't complain about our execution. We just have to convert once we're there.
And now you've got you got a big one coming up Friday night. You got an Albia team coming to town that's coming off a huge win against Sheraton, who obviously last year went to state. They have their 2 best players back, I think, coming into the season. Sheraton would have been definitely the one with the target on their back as the team to beat. Albia gets a double overtime win against them. You got to expect them to come in there flying high.
You bet. I really don't understand how that can happen. Sheraton has 2 all-state players, and I really considered them, the dominating favorite of the conference. But Coach Archer does a terrific job with his kids, and I know the Baker kid scored 39 on them, and I'd like to think that we're not going to give up 39 points to Matt Baker, but at the same time, the kid's lightning quick, and he can shoot from anywhere across the half line. So we're really going to have to work on him Friday night. And we also know that they're going to come in here feeling really good about themselves, and they don't want to have a letdown against us. But I like our chances against Albia just because the progress we made last night. We got back into transition against Husky, and if we can get our transition game going along with executing in the half court, I think we can give them a heck of a game. But like I said, Coach Archer does a great job with his kids, and they know their roles very well, and they're a team that doesn't beat themselves, so we got to come out and take it right at them.
We talked about Brett's ankle situation. Any other health problems, or other than that, are we in pretty good shape right now?
I think we're in pretty good shape. Like I said, the guys, they've been handling these two losses have kind of been good for us for our mindset. I mean, naturally they don't like losing, but at the same time, I think they see the progress they're making as players and as a team. And, at least we know we're competing, we're in tight games, and we're giving ourselves a chance to win. And, I really have no complaints, because that was my main goal with this team, was just go out there and be as competitive as we can be, and don't let our execution be the reason why we lose. If we're going to lose, we want the other team to just flat out have to be better than us. And I feel like our guys have thrown it all out there, and they're giving themselves great chances. And if those opportunities keep up and our effort keeps up the way it is, these close games are going to turn into wins for us. So as long as they stay focused, I think we're going to be okay.
Big Red basketball, Coach Matt Krusich. Big Red's at home on Friday night now against Albia. It'll be the big deal where the girls and boys all playing the 5-game night. So get to Lakeview and check out the Redettes and the Big Reds on Friday night against Albia. Of course, we'll have the play-by-play of both right here on KCOG. Michael Connor and Chad Lee Kestner will bring you the action from Lakeview. This is The Pitch on KCOG Centerville. Coach, thanks for joining us today. We look forward to visiting with you again next week, and good luck to the Big Reds.
You bet. And also, I want to remind everyone, our JV will be playing at 5 o'clock at Howard Junior High, followed by the freshman boys at Howard Junior High. So, if you wanted to see the boys play, we're going to be at the junior high, and the girls will be kicking off down at Lakeview with the JV, and then varsity girls followed by the varsity boys. So there's 5 games to see if you really like basketball. So come on out and see us.
This is The Pitch on KCOG. They don't build cars like they used to, and they don't repair them like they used to either. Today's vehicles contain advanced, lightweight materials and safety features like crumple zones and airbags that help protect your family. Repairing them properly after a collision requires up-to-date training. RK Auto Body has it. We're among only 10% of shops to meet the industry's highest training standards as a gold-class business. When you pick a collision repair shop, make the smart choice for your family's safety. Choose gold-class trained repair professionals. Choose RK Auto Body. RK Auto Body is located at 21317 Highway J46 Centerville, or call them at 641-856-2500. Henley Dental in Centerville offers a full range of dental services, from regular exams to dental cosmetics. Henley Dental can help with all of your dental needs. Call today at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. They offer Clear Correct and porcelain veneers to help make that smile look better. And Dr. Nick Henley would like to remind you of the importance of scheduling a regular exam. You should have your teeth examined and cleaned every 6 months. To schedule your exam today, call 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Dr. Nick Henley at Henley Dental, 203 West Washington in Centerville. Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon is proud to be a part of the Pitch Sports Show. Give Sales and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home in Centerville at 856-4321 or in Bloomfield at 664-2353. This is the pitch on KCOG Centerville. Time to talk girls basketball with Coach Matt Kabakovich. The girls basketball team off to an 0-3 start. Had got some positive things, though. Coach, you been on the road the last two games. Never easy to go to Davis County, but you guys, you were in the ball game, just couldn't quite get it done at the end.
Yeah, it was a good ball game. Went over there last Friday night. Led after the first quarter. Was only down a few at halftime. Definitely a ball game. Then came into the third quarter, nip and tuck again, and kind of got hurt when Taylor Lawson went down with a knee injury there a couple minutes into the third quarter. I believe the score was tied, or they were up 2 at that point, and they took advantage, went on a little bit of a run, but then they went on that little run, and then we just kept hanging around, and ended up only being a 9-point game. So we felt good after the game about going over to Bloomfield on the road in a tough environment and playing right with them.
Let's talk quickly about Taylor. She did not play last night. From what I understand, the injury on site looked pretty nasty. It was a very scary sight, but it sounds like maybe not too drastic that we are going to get her back soon.
Yeah, and the thing about her injury was I didn't see it. I was looking the other way, and then when she went down, it from what I understand and what people told me, it was pretty gruesome. But went out there and she couldn't put any weight on it. Obviously, coming off the court and into the evening, she has been to the ER. She's been to several doctors, and they had an MRI, and it just looks like a bad sprain. So I think now it's just going to take a little time. We're going to practice a little bit tonight, see what she can do, and then Thursday kind of take it easy, and then Friday kind of see where we stand. But we're shooting for Friday, her plan. If not, if we don't feel right, we're not gonna rush her back by no means, because it's a long road here. We got several more games to go, so I don't want to rush her back just for one game. So we're gonna see how she feels Friday, and if it's a go, we're gonna try it. If not, we're gonna keep her on the bench.
Well, we certainly wish her the best. She certainly has put her time in and worked her tail off for basketball, so you certainly hope that this doesn't turn into anything too serious. The initial news, obviously, pretty good under the circumstances, and we wish her the best.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. When we got the MRI back with nothing torn within ligaments or tendons or what have you, that was the great news that we wanted to hear.
Well, after she went down, it sounds to me like Alyssa Barger kind of stepped it up a little bit for you. And maybe that's a good sign.
You hate to see any injury, but yeah, at the timeout, we just kind of told Alyssa, it's your game. You're going to have to step it up. That next man in theory, and she was dominant. She was a dominant game she had in the third and the fourth quarter, and she right now is playing her best ball of her career right now without Taylor. So hopefully she realizes on the floor now that she can be a dominant, and with her and Taylor on the floor at the same time, both of them, we can have kind of that Twin Towers effect where we can dominate the paint, as we kind of have been the first few games with those two in the ball game.
And of course, you never like to lose a conference game by any stretch. You've started out with a couple of conference games, but it certainly should hold some optimism for when Davis County comes to town. That might be a game we can go get.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's no doubt. And we felt confident going into the game. And like I said, it's kind of tough to say if Taylor doesn't go down, are you going to win the game? Shoot, I don't know. I mean, we could have. I mean, it was a one possession game when she went out. So yeah, we're definitely confident the next time we play Davis County when they come to Lakeview of winning that particular ball game.
Last night, the Redettes, along with the Big Reds, went over to Oskaloosa. We didn't come up with a win on that one either. We'll talk about that when we come back on Hy-Vee. Founded in 1864, the Daily Iowegian is one of the oldest businesses in Centerville. Keep up on local news, sports, and all community events by reading the Daily Iowegian. You'll also find them online at dailyiowegian.com. That's dailyiowegian.com, where you'll find the latest in local news and much more. Subscribe today by calling 856-6336. That's 856-6336. The Daily Iowegian, the newspaper that cares about Athens County. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square is ready to help you with the men on your Christmas list. From head to toe, from business to casual, Jim Ireland Menswear has just what they need to look and feel their best. Jim Ireland Menswear on the south side of the Centerville Square also has sports apparel, Hawkeyes, Cyclones, you and I. They've got shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and even ice scrapers with your favorite team. Stop in and see Jim Ireland Menswear today on the south side of the Centerville Square.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Northside Insurance to insure your home. We're your hometown insurance agency, which means we know you by name and will take time to understand your insurance needs. We can also help with your other insurance, such as auto, boat, farm, and business. Together with Allied Insurance, we'll design the insurance package that fits your needs. Call us today at 856-3333.
Quote to claim, we take care of you. Northside Insurance.
Chico Construction provides a complete line of excavating equipment for all your water, sewer, and building needs. Whether it be residential, commercial, or agricultural, Chico Construction can help. Serving Centerville and Southern Iowa for more than 40 years. Call Dave McCann at Chico Construction, 895-1980. That's Dave McCann at 895-1980. Chico Construction. For all your excavating needs, remember,
we can.
Talking girls basketball with Coach Matt Kovacevic. The Redettes were in Oskaloosa last night without one of their best players, Taylor Lawson. So that's a difficult thing to prepare for. So you go in there on the road, and it certainly was a tough situation for your girls to be in.
Yeah, it was one of those games where, we knew Taylor wasn't going to play. And I think that kind of presented some problems with our girls, mentally. And we just got off to a rocky start. We're down 21-6 after the first quarter, and we just did not handle the pressure well at all. I mean, we turned it over entirely too much in the first quarter to get them to jump out to that lead. And then after the lead, they got that 21-6. We played a good second quarter with them. We were playing even with them. And then at the beginning of the third quarter, we came out and actually did well against their pressure, but missed way too many layups underneath the hoop to get us right back in the game. We counted 5 straight times down the floor. We missed point blank shots, and that could have got it to single digits. And then you never know, and you got ourselves a ball game. But the pressure, the full court pressure that Oski gave us, they just gave us fits pretty much the whole night. We still had trouble, and that's one thing that one of our weakness we talked about all year before the season, and as it's going now, the things that we're just going to have to continue to work on teams playing us full court man-to-man or a full court zone pressure that we're just going to have to work on. We're going to have to figure it out and continue to practice it and continue to get better at it. And hopefully we can, because once we do that, our half court offense, I'd like it. I really do. I think we're doing a whale of a job getting the ball inside where we want to go to Alyssa and Caitlin Sharp and Taylor when she comes back. We just need to find somebody out on that perimeter can handle the ball, not throw it to the other team and make a couple shots.
Well, points obviously have been a little bit of a problem. You're going to have to get that point total up to win some ball games. Is that directly tied then to the turnovers on the pressure?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if we're going to turn the ball over that amount of times, I mean, that's not giving us the opportunity to score the basketball in the half court. So that's our main issue. And our half court defense is, again, we've given up. Eddyville, we gave up 49 and then 35 to Bloomfield and then 50 last night to Oskaloosa. I'd like my chances if we can be in that. If you average those 3 out, I'd like our chances anytime. If you can give up about 40 points a game, you should be able to be in ball games in the last quarter and possibly come out with a victory in some of them.
Talking girls basketball with Coach Matt Kovacevic. Friday night will be a tough one. The Albion girls come to town. Before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about how the younger girls have been doing. Your JV squad, I know, came up short against Eddyville Blakesburg. How have we done with Davis County and Oskaloosa? They won last night. They beat Oskaloosa, which is a great win. Those girls that are on that team pretty much through their junior high years and last year for some of the sophomores and juniors that are on the JV team, they haven't had very much success. And to see them win a ball game, to see them after the game come into a locker room and be able to say, hey,
we played 30-some minutes of basketball, good basketball, and come out with a victory and see them smile. It makes you feel good. So I told them that's just one of the little building blocks that we have in our program right now. We're going to take any good thing that happens with our program, we're going to take it and we're going to run with it. So and then earlier the week versus Bloomfield, they went up to Bloomfield and played their JV and only lost by 9, I believe it was, and held a lead for most of the first half. So it's little things like that we're building. Every little good thing that we see, we're building on it. And those JV kids, like I said, haven't had much success through their early careers, but they sure are working hard. And if you come and see the JV and the varsity teams play on a certain night, you can tell that they do give it their all. I mean, they are hustling, and that goes from the starters to the people on the bench and everybody. And the attitudes have been awesome, and it's been good. I think really the future is really looking good for Centerville.
We'll grab another break. When we come back, we'll talk about Friday night's games. It's going to be a tough one with Alvia coming to town. We'll talk about that next on Hy-Vee's The Pitch. Are you tired of looking at that old, worn-out, outdated carpet or vinyl in your home? Call Jackson Home Center today and see what they can do for you. Jackson Home Center offers competitive prices and quality products. Jackson Home Center can handle your commercial or residential flooring needs. Stop in and see them on the north side of the Centerville Square or give them a call at 856-6331. That's 856-6331. Jackson Home Center also offers Medicine Creek handcrafted Ohio State certified Amish furniture. Custom orders available. Family owned and operated. Jackson Home Center on the north side of the Centerville Square. Call 856-6331. Open Mondays through Fridays 9 to 6 and Saturdays 9 to 1. This Christmas, give the gift of golf from the Preserve on Rathbun Lake. The Preserve is Iowa's premier 18-hole championship golf course located right here in beautiful southern Iowa on Rathbun Lake at the Honey Creek Resort State Park. Stop into their pro shop today and pick up something for that avid golfer on your list. Whether it be a punch card for golf play, golf balls, golf clubs, or maybe something to make that golfer look his best, like a new shirt or a golf hat. The pro shop at the Preserve on Rathbun Lake has everything you need to look and play your best. The Pro Shop at the Preserve on Rathbun Lake. Stop in today and get something for that avid golfer on your list.
Christmas has arrived at the Flower Teak. Stop in and explore our selection of snowmen, Santas, ornaments, candles, wreaths, and much more. We can help you with gift ideas for everyone on your list. Let Flower Teak help you with all of your holiday decorating, both indoors and outdoors. We carry fresh greenery, pine cones, and berries, as well as seasonal plants. Visit us today at Flower Teak on the northeast corner of the Centerville Square or call 437-4131.
This is Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. Since the summer of 1987, I have been helping people with their IRA investments. I have many clients that contribute money into an IRA on a monthly basis, but I also have many retired clients that are receiving money on a monthly basis to help pay bills. That's called cash flow. Having an adequate amount of cash flow is very important. I give people monthly cash flow from their employees' retirement plans. We put the money into an IRA and then set up a systematic withdrawal plan that can be sent directly into your bank account. It's safe and convenient. I have many safe options for your retirement plan distribution from your employer. I'm Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop in Centerville. I've been in business since 1987.
You're listening to The Pitch on KCOG Centerville, talking local sports and a little bit more. Visiting right now with Coach Matt Kovacevic, the Redette basketball coach. It's not going to get any easier anytime soon, Coach. You've got Alvia coming to town on Friday night, and they're off to a pretty solid start. Kind of put one on Sheraton recently. But you got them at home. If you, obviously, we're hoping that Taylor Lawson is healthy enough to contribute. But you're going to have your hands full.
Yeah, they're Alvia's playing some good basketball this year. They lost a few girls from last year's squad that took us out in the postseason tournament. A game that we were for 4 quarters we were right in. This year they beat Sheraton last night. Eddyville kind of put it on them a little bit in the last week sometime. But it's going to be a tough game. But I think from here on out, our game plan is if we can continue to try to get better with pressure, on ball pressure with our guards and our wings, and if we can beat that and get into our half court offense, we can play with anybody on our schedule. Now, if we continue to have turnovers, continue to have silly turnovers, continue to make turnovers that the defense really didn't do anything to enable us to turn the ball over to them, then it's going to be a problem. And that really goes for any basketball. Any basketball coach would tell you that anytime you turn the ball over several times, that it's not going to be good. And that goes for any sport, anything. So it's going to be, if we handle the pressure, I'm assuming they're going to come out and get after us, play full court, man-to-man, like all the other teams. These coaches aren't stupid. They watch film and they see scouting reports. So we're going to see it, and the girls know it. We're going to see it. We're going to continue to practice it. And if we can get better at it and understand what we're trying to do with the basketball, be strong with the basketball at the guard play and get across half court, I think we can score. I think we've got a couple girls that can create some mismatch problems with Albia. So again, it kind of all depends on if our guards can handle the pressure and the post players can make some shots. And if we could just find a couple wings that can knock down a few shots, it would be much appreciated.
Well, you are inexperienced in your guard play. You've got some youth and inexperience when you look at Amory Glosser and the Chapman girl. Definitely, though, both of those girls don't lack for hustle and work, and they both have some athletic ability, and they're both fairly quick. So as teams continue to put the pressure on, it looks to me like while it might cause some problems, it certainly is going to make them better.
Absolutely, yeah. I think in the long run, it'll help them. It'll help them in the long run. They're two young girls. They're two girls that haven't played much varsity, if any, varsity basketball. So it's a tough situation that they're kind of thrown into the fire with what we have, with the personnel that we have. But it's going to make them better basketball players in the end. They're working hard. They're wanting to do better. It's not like they're really wanting to go out there and hand the ball to the other team all the time. But it's things that we have to work on. And as a coaching staff, we've got to get better at trying to put people in the right spots to get that ball across half court and get into an offense to where we could be successful and make shots.
Offensively, what do you expect to see from Albia as far as who are their threats?
Well, right now they've got two real nice guards. They've got a freshman guard, the Isley girl that had moved over from Sheraton, I believe last year or 2 years ago. Her brother was the running back, I believe, for the football team this year. She's a real nice player for a young kid like she is. Really quick, really can move quick off the dribble, can shoot it a little bit. And then they also got the Griffin girl, who's returning all-conference player. They can shoot it from about anywhere. A real snarky player, I like to call her when I'm watching her on film. She really gets after it. She creates a lot of mismatch problems. She plays good defense, can shoot it. But the thing about what it's going to have to we have to worry about is both of them really take the ball to the basket with no fear. So we're going to have to keep them out of the lane. We're going to have to stay in front of them and make them hit shots from the outside, not give up easy layups. And, again, not make them get easy steals on the defensive side to go in for that layup because, that's our main issue right now, giving up the points like we did last night to Oski. They scored, if you broke down the film, they didn't score very much in the half court at all. Out of their 54 points, I would say 3/4 of them came from us just turning the ball over them and then getting into transition on some sort of a layup or a foul and at the free throw line. But other than the half court, they didn't hurt us that much. So that's a couple of the key girls that we're going to have to look out for on Friday night.
And schedule-wise, after Friday night, what do we have coming up before the break?
Next week we got a 3-game week. Next week we've got Mount Pleasant at home on Monday, who obviously Mount Pleasant's a big, strong, athletic team. It's going to be a really tough tussle for us. We turn around and then come back Tuesday. Never like to put those non-conference games in front of conference games, but that's just the way that works sometimes. But come back with Sheraton on Tuesday night on the road over at Sheraton. Tough place to play over there. Coach Sandy will have the girls ready over there, so it'll be a tussle over there. And then Friday we play, I believe, at home versus Clark of Osceola. And Clark Osceola's been a team a lot like us. They're, I believe they're missing a few girls for whatever reason from their roster, and they've been scoring about as many points as us. So, next week could be where we get off the schneid there of the win total and try to put one up on the board for the girls.
Well, obviously it's been a little while for this group of girls since they've tasted the victory, and as a coaching staff, how difficult is it to keep the morale up?
That's the good thing about these. I think sometimes I take it a little bit harder than, and maybe they don't understand it as much as I do. But I think they want it. I mean, they don't come out and show it, which is sometimes a good thing. They don't show it how much they want it, but they want to win. I mean, they've worked really, really hard. I mean, it's a good group of girls. They've worked hard in the off season. Several of these girls didn't miss an open gym throughout the whole summer. Scrimmages that we've been to, they've worked hard, and they want to win. And that not only do they want to win it for themselves, they want to win one and win several for their teammates, and they want to win them for the community of Centerville, because they want to turn this thing around. They don't want to lose. Nobody likes to lose, but I really, really think in their hearts and in their mind they think they can do it, and I know they can do it athletically, and they're able to do it, and we'll get one. We'll get one here coming up, and if we don't, we don't. But if we do, we do. It'll be okay. The sun will come up tomorrow. But it's something that they want it really, really bad, and they've worked hard, and the morale is something that's great, because I don't have to worry about the morale, because this team they're up, they cheer each other on. Even last night when it got a little bit ugly at times, there were several of the girls on the bench saying, "It's okay, let's go." We're the rah-rah cheerleader type of people, and that's something that we have not had. We did not have that at all last year. I thought we did not have any type of those type of people that were doing that for whatever reason, and for whatever reason this year we have it from Alyssa and Taylor at the top of the food chain to the bottom of the food chain of all 12, 13 girls on that team. And it also goes for the JV girls. You watch the JV girls play, they are the team morale is great.
The Redettes at home on Friday night against Albia. It'll be JV girls at 5 o'clock at Lakeview, followed by the varsity girls, followed by the varsity boys. Over at the Howard Junior High, it'll be the JV boys at 5 o'clock, followed by the freshman boys. So lots of basketball in town on Friday night. We hope everybody will come out and cheer on our Big Reds and Redettes. Well, Coach, before I let you go, I know you're a sports junkie. You're a college football junkie. The season didn't go like you'd hoped for your Oklahoma Sooners. This is our first ever college football playoffs. Mm-hmm. Are you comfortable that they got the right 4 teams in there, and are you okay with how it shook out?
Well, no, I'm not. Being that I'm an Oklahoma fan, I got to root for my own conference, and I've got to root for the Big 12. And as it pains me to say that the Big 12 has to get a couple more teams in to get yourself a championship game where you can showcase your top 2 teams on that championship night, where if TCU would have played Baylor on that particular night, the winner of that game goes, or however you want to do it. But to leave Baylor or TCU, I don't care. I mean, we'll go with Baylor because they won head-to-head match. The Baylor won. So, I mean, it pains me not to have Baylor in that top 4 to have a chance to go and win a national championship. And the other fact that I just don't like Urban Meyer at Ohio State. I mean, everybody that knows me think that I think he is. I just don't like him. I think he's just not a very good. I know he's a great coach, but I just don't like Ohio State. Never have liked Ohio State, and I've never liked Urban Meyer. In turn, I don't like Ohio State. So you could have put anybody in there in that 4 spot other than Ohio State, and I probably would have been happy. And it'd probably be only the few times that I'll root for. Who do they play? They play Alabama. It'd be the only few times that I'll root for Alabama against anybody in the country other than maybe Texas and Ohio State. Those are probably the only 2 teams that I'd ever root for Alabama on. So I hope they get beat, and I hope whoever wins the Florida State-Oregon match, with the winner of that game wins the national championship. So that's my take on the top 4. They need 8 teams in there, I guess.
No. I think the one that everybody ought to be mad at is Wisconsin. I mean, just show up.
I know
they're the ones that allowed this to
happen. Exactly. That was a beatdown. And maybe that's what it's going to take. Ohio State. That's what it takes. You go in there on championship night when the whole nation's watching. You beat a team that bad. I mean, there it is right there.
you knew after that happened they were getting in.
I know.
You just couldn't quite figure out how they were going to move TCU down 3 places, that's my only. I think they probably have the right 4 teams. I'm not an Urban Meyer fan either, but they probably have the right 4 teams. But they caused themselves all sorts of headache when they made TCU 3rd instead of 4th. If they just had them 4th, most people would have been expecting Ohio State to jump them. And then, really, who cares if you're 5 or 6? And it kind of makes logic. They needed Baylor needed that win over Kansas State to even the field so they could use the head-to-head. But if I'm TCU and I drop 3 spots, and sure it was just Iowa State, but they did go out and clobber them. So I think they've got probably the 4 teams that should be in there based on all the body of work. So.
Yeah, it's something that'll work, and I like it. I definitely like it. I like it better than the BCS, obviously. So, even though your team's not in it, I'm still going to watch it. And even though there's no Big 12 teams in there, but it's college football. We all love college football, and all it is is a debate every single week in college football. You know how it is like that. And with the bowl games will be good. I think Iowa and Oklahoma got some nice matchups in their bowl games. So it's college football. You hate to see it end.
This is The Pitch on KCOG Centerville. We'll come back and look to wrap up right after this. They don't build cars like they used to, and they don't repair them like they used to either. Today's vehicles contain advanced lightweight materials and safety features like crumple zones and airbags that help protect your family. Repairing them properly after a collision requires up-to-date training. RK Auto Body has it. We're among only 10% of shops to meet the industry's highest training standards as a gold-class business. When you pick a collision repair shop, make the smart choice for your family's safety. Choose gold-class trained repair professionals. Choose RK Auto Body. RK Auto Body is located at 21317 Highway J46 Centerville, or call them at 641-856-2500. Henley Dental in Centerville offers a full range of dental services, from regular exams to dental cosmetics. Henley Dental can help with all of your dental needs. Call today at 856-4103. That's 856-4103. They offer Clear Correct and porcelain veneers to help make that smile look better. And Dr. Nick Henley would like to remind you of the importance of scheduling a regular exam. You should have your teeth examined and cleaned every 6 months. To schedule your exam today, call 856-4103. That's 856-4103. Dr. Nick Henley at Henley Dental, 203 West Washington in Centerville. Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon is proud to be a part of the Pitch Sports Show. Give Sales and Associates a call today at 888-767-0239. That's 888-767-0239. Call them locally in Centerville at 856-3375. That's 856-3375. For all your insurance needs, call Sales and Associates Cook Insurance in Centerville and Corridon.
Hello, this is Billy Thomas of the Thomas Funeral Home. Have you considered the benefit of advanced funeral planning? You plan for your first car, your first home, your children's college, and your retirement. Planning makes sense. Guaranteed pricing, peace of mind, and the alleviation of stress on your family are just a few of the benefits of advanced funeral planning. Please feel free to pick up the phone or stop by the funeral home with any questions regarding advanced funeral planning.
Call the Thomas Funeral Home in Centerville at 856-4321 or in Bloomfield at 664-2353. I want to thank all of the sponsors who make the show possible each and every week. RK Auto Body, Chico Construction, Cook Insurance, Flower Teak, the Daily Iowegian, Thomas Funeral Home, Jackson Home Center, Northside Insurance, Henley Dental, Henry Ortman at the Annuity Shop, the Preserve on Rathbun Lake, Jim Ireland Menswear, and Power Insurance. And a big thank you to our presenting sponsor, Hy-Vee. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. For the Hall of Famer Chad Lee Kessler and Josh Bryce and all of our guests tonight, I'm Russ W. Oker saying so long.